What is masculinity? What is mastery? 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 What is it to be? What is it to master my male energy?
So if there's one thing that you get from all of this today, it's that the pursuit of perfection, the pursuit of mastery is a beautiful thing. But the pursuit of mastery, the pursuit of perfection for the need to fulfill your fears is where we get into trouble as men. And this all comes down to this one thing, perception, how one thing can be seen differently at different points in your life through different cultures, different people, that we can look at that very same thing and view it differently. And this is what gives us our gift, our value. See, we're always looking to see what's right, what it has to be, the absolute belief, whereas there really is none. The only reason why we have belief is to serve that expression. And this is the tough thing, because to create, we want to make our things the best. We want to make our films the best. We want to make our love life the best. We want to make our masculinity, our sense of self, the best possible thing that we can have. We want it to be without failure. But so much of us is not about that expression. See, I have always wanted to create things to be the absolute best as I thought them. But at some point, there's this fear of failure that takes over. There's this fear of what I might be. There's this insecurity that it's exposed within me that I didn't really take care of. This carried over into relationships. This carried over into anything I wanted to be the best at. This carried over into anything. Yeah, what? Shoot, you're nuts. I'm gonna be a dead man. Mama's gonna kill me. This carried over into anything I wanted to excel at. You know, what is our pursuit of mastery? Is it to pursue ourselves? Is it to pursue our expression and see what happens in the world? Or is it to protect us from that fear that we haven't really explored? That fear that we might fail, we might lose, we might get hurt. And there's something to perhaps that journey that maybe might mean something more, that maybe might mean something more than the goal, that maybe might mean something more than all those things you want. Because that is the beauty of man, masculinity, people, love, relationships, and all the things that are going to make you happy in your life. And on that note, let's have a serious discussion about this on the camera. Podcast, go! There's this term that we hear all the time in the men's development industry, finding the best in yourself, is mastery. We hear about how can we be the master of our situation, our minds, our bodies, of a certain sport, our relationships, our sex lives, and so on. And it's interesting because this is a term that is used mainly to sell to desperate people or narcissistic people who are interested in self-aggrandizing and all these different things. And we hear it over and over again. I can't tell you how many times guys come to me and say, well, Steve, look, I want to achieve mastery in this certain form of my life. And I want to tell them, what does that mean? Or one of the things I always say is, what does that mean to be a master? What do you mean by that? What would that get you? Why do you want that? You know, what would those things, achieve in your life? And they always tell me, well, if you do something 10,000 times because Tony Robbins said so. And I always want to say, of the things that I'm best at in my life, they didn't require 10,000 things. or 10,000 actions. They didn't require necessarily repetition. They didn't require everybody accepting me and saying I was the best. They required me in that one singular moment choosing to be the best, independent of my surroundings. If I was confused, if I was afraid, if I lost, if I got humiliated, if I felt pain or rejection, or if I felt winning or dominance or all these different things, what I needed to realize was it wasn't important what I felt. What was important is that I gave it my all. And see, we don't hear this discussion from men. We don't hear this discussion of how did you give it your all today? How did you give it your best shot in whatever you did today? In your actions and even what you're going to do. How did you put yourself in the best possible position? And you know what? It doesn't always look beautiful. It might be as simple as going out and picking up your friend. It might be as simple as showing up to class. It might be as simple as trying to have the right mindset. And see, the best parts about my life, the things that I'm greatest at, the things which I have so much to offer in terms of coaching and why men come to me, it wasn't that I did 10,000 things to achieve mastery. It was that I did 10,000 things to achieve functionality, to make it normal, to make having a good day more about the things of how I manage myself within me than the outside things of what everybody sees. And see, having a good day has more to do with how I managed myself within than the things that you all can see on the outside. If we live like that as men, we live as strong men. We create strength, we create power, we create all the things that make you look for that superlative to make your life better. Because I guarantee you, your chase of mastery or bettering yourself or a lot of your goals when you're not in your best self, they're flawed and they're skewed and they're usually running from your own pain. In any case, gentlemen, this is about bettering yourself. This is about building that dialogue of the best man. And the only way you can find that best man is if you get comfortable, functional, sitting in his shoes. So let's start back with today. Also, if you like that, you can hit the like button, you can subscribe to the channel, you can also leave a comment and all these other different things. But most importantly, guys, do something with your life that is just badass, because the potential of you is awesome. The potential of you is limitless. And we have this world that is so creative and badass. And before I get rambling on, let me just say that we have so much opportunity, but it's not about the result you get, it's the result you get in you. In that case, I'm out. Bye.